bowling ball coming at you at high speed, dangerous, right?
Yeah.
So if I could take 100 bowling balls, put them into the bus, have it give them wings, I now have flying bowling ball army. Da 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 da
Shit. Full of shit. Talk about shit that nobody knows we're talking about. We've got Jacob again.
Welcome, Jacob. I have said welcome, Jacob, probably more than I've said any other word besides the basics and the it, but, anus. You know, the everyday words.
Well, hold on.
Yup.
Let's reverse
I mean,
there
at this
a little
point,
bit.
I feel like...
What word?
What? Yeah,
It?
hold up.
Is it the word you're confused about?
Particular A word.
No,
you said there. All right.
I think there was something more dubious there a moment ago.
But. I said but as in B-U-T.
All right.
All right, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Up. Jacob, this is number 4.
This is. I feel like
Why
at
do
this
you keep
point-
coming here?
I don't know. I feel like you guys are slipping me some kind of drug or something that I'm like addicted
It's like a
to.
fix.
And my brain's connected like, all right, whenever I come here,
Like, this
happens,
is it. Yeah.
So I've equated that much.
He's onto us.
Oh, God.
Where is it? Come on.
It's in
We've
those,
done some
It's
research.
in those drinks you always take out of my fridge.
I'll start sniffing around. I'll find it.
Yeah. All right. Well, today is monumentous, and before we even get to asking Jacob the question, we need to we were sent in a moral of an
yes.
episode.
Oh, I remember. I remember you
Finally.
feeling that.
Yes.
Finally.
Now, I haven't read this yet. I read like the first couple sentences or maybe like the first sentence just to see like if it was the moral, because the subject doesn't tell you that. The subject says a friendly hello. And I read it. I was like, holy crap, this is a moral. So I'm going to save this to read on the show. So this is unread except for the first couple words. So here it comes. I believe, just based on the first sentence, I believe it's from the Inventions episode. All right, here it comes. Ultimately, I feel the moral of the previous podcast was quite simple. Gnomes are an asset with unknowable consequences and power. Furthermore, I firmly believe we are less powerful than AI, and the graphic scenes of things like Terminator are a stark reminder of why you shouldn't piss off not only AI, but ex-Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, who, while simultaneously laughing at a reporter, has stated that he, quote, can smoke my stogies in my house because I'm a stud and I don't take shit from anybody. And then parentheses, it says, see addendum A. I guess my point in all of this is start smoking stogies and maybe you'll be ready for a gnome apocalypse.
What?
There's an attachment here that says addendum A. I'm going to click on that.
Wow, this is what's going on here.
Don't click the link.
Okay, it's a video of Arnold Schwarzenegger saying that quote, so I can verify that he did in fact say, let me go back to it, that he did in fact say, where'd it go?
Included the
Can
sources.
smoke my stogies in my house because I'm a stud and I don't take shit from anybody. So not only was this
That's
submitted to us, there were sources involved.
Oh, my God.
Wow, that was
Impressive.
That was impressive. That was very insightful.
Impressive.
However, I disagree that that is the moral of the story, that gnomes are more powerful than us.
Oh.
What would you argue?
Disagree. I would say the moral of the story is put your faith in lawn ornaments. But hey, he tried.
Hey,
The submitter of that tried.
I'm gonna
Took a
say
shot
might have had a. Do you think his point is like
Wrong?
kinda
Yes.
no, like
I mean, fair
pointing to
enough.
people like you, where it's like you put a little maybe too much faith in lawn ornaments, specifically AI powered lawn ornaments.
Oh, I'm not even. I'm like, if you have one of those flamingos in your yard, put your faith in it. Doesn't have
I
to be
mean, all
AI.
I know is that I need to get myself some stogies ASAP because I don't like the sound of
Yeah.
AI-driven gnome
Apparently.
apocalypses.
You want to be
But it was a
much of
good
stud.
effort. It was a good effort. The challenge going out from here on is try to prove my morals wrong. So if you submit one, I will attempt to tell you why you're wrong if you submit one.
Just no matter what it is,
You
it's
get
like I disagree.
Ben Shapiro responding, just destroying you.
But we really appreciate it being sent in. We'd love to get more because it'd be fun to do like one of these an episode. So if you get one, if you think of one, go ahead and send it in and we'll read it word for word, no matter how filthy it is, but it does not have to be filthy.
No, yeah, that's not encouragement.
We just, whatever you send in, we're going to read it. So
send your shit to be read on Full of Shit.
Yep. And I'll do it this way where I won't read it ahead of time. If you could put like in the subject, like it's a moral, then I won't read any of it. I won't even open it till I go to read it. So
moral of, and then put like the episode from it.
Yeah, that would work. That'd be perfect.
That would be a big help, but.
All right, now to the meat and potatoes of this. Actually, this would be the pre-salad because we're not to the meat and potatoes because Jacob thought he was going to get away with it.
This is the salad that we will not finish.
That's right.
Here we go.
Sticking true to it.
That's right. So here comes the question, Jacob, that is going to pop into my mind in approximately 8 seconds here.
8 seconds.
If you guys could
7,
chill 8 seconds.
6.
Not with counting, because that
5.
puts pressure on me.
All right. Well, I mean, in my head, I'm going to be counting. So you're still on the clock.
Sure.
And it's,
Are we there yet?
Huh?
Are we at 8 seconds
yet?
Yeah. If the KoolAid Man came through the wall right now at this moment, what would you do? What should a person do when the KoolAid Man comes through the wall?
So you sit up straight, you fix your posture, right? Square your shoulders.
Squared.
Where's he coming out of? Which wall in this room?
The northern wall. I don't know which one that is.
All right, well, this is north for me. All right. He comes to that wall, so you look at him, straighten his eyes, and center mass of him. And
That's all of him. Oh, yeah. So you beat him to it.
Yep. You beat him in the jaw. He could be the fastest hand in the West.
So the KoolAid Man?
Absolutely.
So he comes in and he goes, oh, and then you just go right back. Oh,
you see, boys, this is a world in which you are yad or you yeah. Don't let yourself be yad.
Wait, how are you? Are you so sure that he won't just get a little excited at that?
Well, you see, I'm not here to decide what happens after you give the yeah.
Does anybody know KoolAid Man's intentions? It's just to spread Kool-Aid.
All I'm
right?
saying is a giant man bursting through your walls saying, oh yeah,
he's more of a
can
pitcher.
have nothing but dubious intent.
When does he pop through the wall? Is it after somebody actually drinks Kool-Aid, or is it when
is he even used in commercials anymore?
I don't know.
I can't remember
because that I don't know.
Kool-Aid Man.
I can't either. I remember them from my
the
childhood.
2000s, and like all the brands decided to like grow up and simplify themselves. Bring back the Kool-Aid Man.
Commercials used to be wacky.
No, there was some weird shit back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I remember an Airheads one where like kids' heads would blow up like balloons.
Remember what was
Yes, I remember that.
Was it Nerds Rope or something, or some kind of other candy where the kids like turned into the candy and like
that's the Skittles one.
Yeah,
and
it
that
was
was so gross. Skittles
not only
Pox.
that, but it was like some kind of rope candy, so it almost looked like veins and muscle of like
that I don't
candy.
remember.
No, it was
I
weird.
don't
I think it was
remember
like
that
fruit
one.
by the foot or something.
But I do remember the Skittles Pox one, and that disgusted me so much.
Taste the rainbow.
No, I think that is like permanently scarred
Spread the rainbow.
the mental state of our generation.
Spread the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow.
Anyway, I also don't really watch TV anymore, so they could
Me neither.
still be on.
That's true. I haven't seen cable television in genuine years.
Does anyone? No, you're too busy listening to the Full of Shit podcast.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for the meat and potatoes. Potatoes.
I'd prefer meat and tater tots if you could.
Those are still potatoes.
I prefer mashed potatoes with my meat.
I think
Not to
mashed
me.
potatoes are my favorite potato.
Tater tots are
solid.
better than potatoes.
Better than mashed potatoes with
Better.
gravy
Mm,
and like little bacon bits in them.
I beg to differ.
Okay, if you
Tom.
put the bacon bits in, you got me.
Yeah,
But that's not just potatoes.
a
See,
nice.
I'd even take
thick-
like a baked potato over tater tots.
I
But
don't
I'd
know.
take hash browns.
Do the
over
tater tots
too.
have barbecue sauce?
You could.
All right, then I would go tater tots over the baked potato.
Nice.
Okay.
McDonald's French fries, though, would probably be right after mashed potatoes because they sugar up their fries.
Yeah, there's some
They're very
weird
good.
stuff going on in fries.
They're very good.
Yeah.
They get you hooked to those.
I know
fries.
it's never going to leave me, but
We said we were going to get into the meat and potatoes, and we didn't.
the potatoes
this is
caught our
the
attention.
This
Now
is
we're
the
talking about
pre-potatoes.
This is the appetizer after the salad.
Yeah.
You
It's
gotta
like
be ready for the main course, you know.
Well, we
Yeah.
haven't finished the salad yet,
Yeah.
and we won't because we're starting right now.
Never.
What's the topic for today?
the topic, as you've probably read in the title, is better, quote unquote, better ways to use the Magic School Bus than Miss Frizzle.
The Magic School Bus has to be one of the most powerful entities
It is
to exist.
Let's think about the powers of the magic school bus.
Well, it can shrink.
Here.
It can fly.
It can
Okay,
grow.
but like, no,
It
hold
can
on.
fly.
That's an understatement.
It
Though.
can
It can
swim.
shrink to microscopic levels, so
To
it
the
can
point
go
where you
to the
can go
pores of your
inside.
skin. Like this thing
Yeah.
is
It's also alive.
Powerful. Right.
It's sentient.
Yeah,
What is it? What is the school bus?
that's a
Is
good
it
question.
even a school bus?
Do you think its default state is the school bus,
exactly?
Or-
That's what I'm implying.
or
here.
is it just becoming that?
Is it like the it alien where it just kind of takes form of whatever it deems necessary, whatever Miss Frizzle deems necessary?
But also, when it transforms, it still resembles a school bus, even when it's becoming something that's not
It
a school
does.
bus.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but why does it seem like the magic school bus undergoes like a struggle with itself whenever it transforms?
That's
It
right.
always like goes
Oh.
misshapen, like
Oh, do you remember like
stretching
one of the
out.
what was it? It was like one of the Halloween episodes from the Magic School Bus, and like the school bus was actually like fucking. It was terrified.
No,
It
yeah,
didn't
like-
want to. It didn't want to go any further. Like when it was going up to like the mansion, it was like a sound episode or something.
Do you mean like it? To get back to what Jacob said.
No,
do
no.
you
Okay,
mean like
so do you like? It's been years since
like
seen
it
but does
struggles to transform, right?
But it looks like it goes to this, like, it's stretching and stuff. I go, but it looks like it's undergoing like a struggle to do it. Like it doesn't just transform or like do it. It goes like almost an intro.
I don't remember it screaming.
So I'm like, well, no, it doesn't actually scream. That looks like that's what's like going on its head. It looks like it's having some like internal body horror struggle to
Fair
mutate
enough.
into whatever it needs to. It's not some clean
Does it
transformation.
choose to transform, or does Miss Frizzle make it?
I don't know.
Oh, is it a slave
See,
to Miss
that's-
Frizzle?
That's
what
what I'm
I'm-
wondering.
Oh, that's what I'm scared
Because
for.
what Jacob is saying is lending credence to the theory that it doesn't want to transform. And
Well, or
Miss
like
Frizzle
maybe
is
it does.
making
Maybe it's almost like a Wolverine thing though. Like whenever he
It's
retracts those
painful for
claws,
it to
yeah,
do.
it just hurts it. It's
Oh,
just like a
God.
painful process, but it knows it must be done.
I would imagine shrinking would be pretty painful.
Oh,
educate
Because
children.
if it is a living thing, is it a living machine? Or
Let's
is
think
it
about
a-
this. Shrinking, all right? What is shrinking? It's like contracting of everything. You know, like in order for yourself to get smaller, since matter cannot be created or destroyed, that means you're just condensing. If we're bringing science into this.
right?
So that means
So
you get
correct.
kind of like really heavy then.
You'd be a
well, you-
dense
or
little-
not-
just
you're
you'd
not
be the
gaining any
same
more
weight.
mass.
You just be like, I guess for me, I'd be a 135-pound just ball.
Yes.
right.
So
No. Oh, so what would happen?
Wait a minute.
Think about it. What if you went to that microscopic level to where you were looking at like a skin cell or something like that, and you accidentally touched it? It'd be like it'd be like a 2-ton thing,
it would probably like just penetrate your finger right away.
probably.
Right?
So that
It'd be
probably
but yeah, that's right, because it would be
'Cause that's a
2-ton,
lot of mass on a tiny, tiny
right?
thing.
So it would just
like a bullet.
penetrate whatever it touches.
oh,
It could
man.
just go through. Oh my
So
god, it's
hold
a
on, this is-
dangerous thing.
Shrinking is terrifying when you apply science to it.
Ah,
But what I was
man.
getting at is what Jacob was saying about pain. Like, if you think about like a cramp is essentially kind of the same. Like a cramp is a contraction of your muscle trying to
Yeah.
get smaller. So that's now your whole body is just contracting.
Oh,
To
So not
minimize
only
itself.
is he in pain transforming, but is he just in constant pain when he's shrunk?
Probably.
Oh my gosh. Maybe he's just conditioned to the pain now, so he doesn't really show it.
But now here's the other question: does the magic school bus feel pain?
it seemed it wouldn't, since it just keeps doing
But
it.
Jacob's right. I do remember it making faces and stuff whenever it
yeah, it's
transformed.
like
It
its
did.
whole body like stretches, contracts, bends and stuff before it even
Yeah.
like goes from bus to plane. It does all sorts
and
of
even
stuff.
when it just drives in its normal bus form, it like bends and stuff. So what do you
Yeah.
think that thing feels like?
Oh, is it like
Is it-
skin?
Or does it feel like does it feel like metal still?
I don't know about what it is.
Does it take gas?
Or does it
What does
take
it
organic material?
Does it eat
Does
people?
it eat children?
You see the, okay.
Do we ever see those kids grow up?
No,
No, we don't.
How long did the show run for, you think? I don't actually know.
I don't know.
I only remember watching it in school.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was- yeah.
remember seeing it anywhere outside of school. I would guess like it looks like something that probably started in the 90s and probably would die off before the 2010s is all I would speculate.
So here's a theory. I know we're not answering the question at all right now, but we got to get through the horror that
Yeah,
is.
We got to
The
figure out
magic
what
school bus.
is the school
What
bus.
if Miss Frizzle is like a witch and she like Hansel and Gretel's these kids and she doesn't eat them, but she like grooms them for the
What
bus
if
to eat
like
them.
Miss Frizzle's like a primordial being and this is like
And so is the bus.
She's just
Either
like,
that, or she has granted life unto the bus and is like contracting the matter herself, like with like powers or something.
So why does she teach the kids? What is her?
she wants
reasoning for that?
to.
Blend
I got
in.
an idea. So she wants to prep them for the internal hell that is being a part of the bus.
or maybe
So they become the bus.
Yes.
she's prepping
Everything
the
has
fuel for the.
changed.
Oh my god!
They're not even feel like they are becoming the bus.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it's got to be all the kids, because the combined knowledge of the kids kind of helps.
That's why she has to
Wait.
teach them.
Isn't there like episodes where like the kids actually like transform themselves?
I don't know.
Oh,
I couldn't speak to that.
I think you're kind of right.
Honestly, the only episode I can think of right now is the one where they go inside Arnold's body. That's a little weird.
That is slightly.
Your
strange.
teacher and all your classmates take a field trip inside your body.
But didn't they like
I just
literally
That'd get
like
any other-
exit the
window.
bus?
That'd get any other teacher arrested.
But didn't they literally like exit the bus and they like walked out as like partial insects or something like that at one point?
Yeah, I think they did, because they
I
did
don't
the
know
blend
if
in or
that's what
something.
actually happened, but
Oh, I remember. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
the school bus gets like spider legs,
yes.
right? Okay, I'm vaguely remembering this.
Oh, so not wait. Does that mean this like the bus needs to consume like all forms of living matter to like adapt, like
Yeah.
to transform to anything it needs to?
So that makes you wonder: is the power in Miss Frizzle or the bus?
Is the bus Kirby?
The bus is on the bus is another sentient being from the land of Kirby.
Or maybe Miss Frizzle's just a normal woman, right? And the bus is such a horrific, terrible, just demented cretin of a creature that she's shown it love, so it just listens to her when she needs it to do stuff.
I was thinking you were going. She is a servant of the bus.
Okay, now I kind of like that direction. That's
Oh,
That the bus is the
that's why
mastermind.
she's a teacher, because
Yeah.
she can get the fuel.
Yeah. So the bus is the mastermind in all this.
That's the
This makes me
the teacher would be
uncomfortable.
the easy scapegoat, because they're like, of course it's the human doing it. A bus can't commit crimes.
Yeah.
But the bus isn't a bus. It's flesh.
All right. Conclusion: the magic bus is absolutely terrifying.
Yep.
It is a living creature.
Yep.
If your kids come home and talk about how their teacher let them go inside their classmate, probably call the police.
Yeah, that's definitely eyebrow raising.
Yeah.
Definitely look
Yeah.
into that.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's actually get into the question. How far are we in?
18 minutes.
Oh man. All right.
well.
The first one I can think of is like, why use the bus to educate a small group of people? Like, education's important.
It
But-
is.
But something like that, robbing a bank would be much more profitable
Well, I guess like to put it simply, you don't need to go inside of a human being.
to learn about human beings.
Exactly. We've already kind of, opened up human beings and done that ourselves already. We don't need to.
That's what serial killers are for.
Exactly. They do it for us. So there's no reason to get some magical living primordial bus.
Right.
To
Some
do that for
old
you.
god bus.
Yeah, like Cthulhu himself probably has nightmares about this creature.
Yeah.
But honestly, like just think of the military applications. Being able to just shrink something.
So
We
you
never
would. So you would go military for use.
Well,
of the
that's what
bus.
makes the big bucks.
That's fair.
True, but you only get one. You only got one bus.
That's all you need, man. When it goes literally beyond cellular level, not to mention one singular cell. It's not like bacteria where it's like, oh, you see one person get infected, then 3 people, 5. It's one atom-sized bus go in and also just go into a building and just become big and just blow up the building.
The
And
bus
the-
could just
and the
go
person.
in you like they did Arnold.
It just
and
makes
make
it bus-sized.
expand.
Oh, that would be such a
You're just
terrible.
chilling out. You're like eating dinner. And you're like, oh, honey, pass the spaghetti. And you just head explodes and
So-
just paints the fucking kitchen.
Is the bus an option for world domination? Could I take over the world using the bus?
Oh, absolutely.
But like how? You don't think like the world versus me? You don't think the world could beat me even with the bus?
But you see, how would they tie the bus? So first and foremost, you don't be inside the bus. You somehow get Miss Frizzle to listen to you. All right, you got to find some way to control Miss Frizzle.
Are we saying we have Miss Frizzle,
I mean, we could just
or do we just
out
get the
her
bus?
and just get the
I
bus.
say,
If we already have
wait.
the
What would
bus.
you do if you were in Miss Frizzle's position?
Right.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Does the bus do things on its own, or does somebody have to drive the bus?
I think she rarely ever actually drives it.
So if you could just sick the bus on people, you could be chilling at home. Say you want to kill some person in power. You don't even need the bus to go bus size. Just make it big enough that it just destroys their spinal cord or something, and then just have him slink his way out, come back to you, and they're like, how did this dude just spontaneously die? And they're like, I don't know.
If we go out of our own wacky theory, though, like the bus doesn't seem very smart.
It's kind of animal-like.
It almost seems like it's got like the intelligence of like a dog.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you need to give it direction.
So I think you need to be present with the bus.
Yeah, you'd have to
Right.
be at least
Let's
inside
say
of the bus.
Say that. You got to be present with it.
Because
Intelligent.
like I don't think it'd be smart enough to like just be like, hey, here's your target.
Yeah, it's true. Well, like, I guess in the case of, so,
It'd still be very easy to
Nice.
assassinate someone with it
Oh,
when you
yeah.
can become the size smaller than a cell.
well, not only that, but
Oh,
it could
yeah.
even just become insect size too. So even if they're like, okay, we got to look for somehow they can become cell size, look for that. I'm an insect, bitch.
Right.
And you slinking away that way.
So assassinations,
I mean,
Pretty-
even as medical purposes, why educate? Like, even going from military or assassinations wide, you could cure so many diseases being able
that's
to go
so
in.
true. Because like imagine like how you could study cancer if you could actually go in and like
And-
see it.
Physically watch the cancer,
Right.
study
Right.
it and
I'm
stuff.
gonna be honest, I really don't know how cancer works. So
I don't know either. That's
Isn't
why
it-
I'm not studying cancer.
It's just like cell replication gone wild, right?
I think so.
That's from
At
what
least
from what I
certain
know.
forms of it.
It just doesn't
That's
stop.
what tumors are. Tumors
Right.
are cell. So I don't know what makes a what's the difference between like a benign and a cancerous tumor? That I don't
have
know.
no idea.
So we need the school bus to find that
Yep,
out.
the school
Yeah.
bus would help show us that. Like, you don't need to educate kids, put scientists in there so they can understand it.
Right.
And then we might have a cure for cancer already.
Well, you went from killing people to saving
Those are
people.
the two big bucks in the world, man. That's what's
Killing
making all
and
the money.
You're
Fair,
right.
fair.
Killing and saving. My idea for making big bucks was you could rob banks like nobody's business.
Oh, dang.
Oh, that is cheeky.
You
Go
just
through
drive
the vault.
in, make it big, load up the bus, drive out. As tiny or can the bus time travel? I'm sure.
Did they?
Yeah,
They
They went to
did.
the dinosaurs, didn't they?
Okay, then yes.
Oh no.
So okay, if we're going with my bank robbery idea, you'd be like, well, if you can rob banks so easily, go round out banks. You could rob all banks through time.
you could alter the course of human history.
Yeah.
You could run over baby Hitler.
You could. Abraham
Jeez.
Lincoln, I got you, homie. Look out. There's a dude with a flintlock behind you. Oh shit. Abraham's alive. Show up, you could be like, Julius Caesar, you're about to be stabbed 37 times. And he's just like,
And then you hit
I
him
don't
with a bus.
speak English. And he speaks
you
Eng-
do it
what?
yourself.
Yep, exactly. So then, there's legends of a metallic beast all of a sudden appearing and crushing Julius Caesar. You could do so much. Just the time travel part. Oh my gosh, I
God.
forgot about that.
Wait, so is the bus? All right, so this is another like
Could
crazy
teach the
theory thing.
cavemen fire.
Yeah. Could you? So is the bus like the reality stone? Like, is it like have the same properties as the reality stone? From
Almost
Infinity?
like a dog-like reality
What?
stone.
I don't know if it can alter other things.
No, I don't think it can alternately like reality, but it can just kind of freely move the reality.
I would say
Okay.
it's like the space stone would probably be a better.
Oh,
Yeah,
better
yeah.
comparison.
all right.
If you wanted
Cool.
to do it in Infinity Stone, I think the space
Doesn't matter
stone
where you want to be, when you want to be,
and the
you
time
can be
stone.
there.
It's like a combination of those two.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
So I was just thinking about that. It's like it can time travel, and it can alter its own appearance and other beings' appearance. Apparently,
That
if
are
I'm
inside
remembering
it.
right. Right.
All right, I know
So-
this doesn't relate to the question, but why is there like the iguana there the whole time?
I think it's just Miss Frizzle's pet. Unless the iguana's the mastermind.
I think there's been several times where it's implied the iguana is way smarter than we're led on to be.
That's fair.
Like looks at the camera a couple times, it's like a cheeky grin to something. It's like, whoa, you're thinking in there. The gears are turning.
Breaking
the-
fourth walls.
The iguana's got a brain.
But
Anyway.
back on track, yeah.
The only problem I have with comparing it to like the reality stone is like the reality stone can like change everything around it.
That's fair.
So it's like the power like
Maybe it's like a lesser.
the reality stone underrated because you could do a whole lot of damage with just the reality
Oh
stone.
yeah,
that's
you're
true.
affecting
You know.
reality itself.
If you
like-
could only have one stone, either time or reality is probably the way to go. That's a topic for another day.
Yes,
Yeah, we can
yes.
talk about that later. But yeah,
Aside from even just medical applications, like industrial applications, you could repair so much shit using the bus. You could go tiny,
Yeah.
fix wiring, but
One thing Tim did make me think of when he brought up his reality stone thing was since it can alter things within it, like because we've shown it can alter people, could you take things into it and then it's able to change them? Like, could I bring like a bowling ball into the bus and it transforms the bowling ball into
dabbling in, like
a stack of
transmutation.
cash?
Holy crap! I mean,
But
maybe.
see,
I just saw an
everything
issue with that.
everything it changes, it's only partially altered.
Right. It's still, and that's okay. I'm refuting myself
Yeah.
now because every time we see the bus transform, it still maintains
It's
like the
appearance.
bus.
Yeah,
you
it still
you can still
clearly
tell
is
it's a
the
bus. So
Right.
there are limits on its transformative abilities.
Right.
So you could make a bowling ball with wings.
You could make a bowling ball made out of cash, probably, but it'd still be a bowling ball.
Right. Interesting.
That's a weaponized ability. Bowling ball
So-
coming at you at high speed, dangerous, right?
Yeah.
So if I could take 100 bowling balls, put them into the bus, have it give them wings, I now have flying bowling ball army.
Well, they're not alive. It's got wings. Like that just means that if you flapped the wings, they would just fly.
That's true. we never see it give life to anything.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
that's
think it's
true.
that powerful. It's powerful.
it
but-
alters things that are already living.
I'll
so
take
far.
100 birds
Yep.
and make them bowling balls.
There you go.
There we go.
The bowling balls with bird heads with
We
wings.
circled back to it.
Nice.
So I guess taking another wild swinging direction of the applications of the bus, you could use it for the mass surveillance and controlling of a population.
What?
Having
Please explain.
something so not only can it go microscopic, but it can carry a bus worth of people. But I mean, you have a bus full of dudes that can just go microscopic and appear. So it doesn't matter what neighborhood you are. You're like talking shit about your government, all of a sudden, boom, bus just appears in the
Just hit
neighborhood.
squad.
Yeah, hit squad. Whole neighborhood disappears. Put them in the
Oh
bus.
my God.
Shrink. Gone. No idea where they went.
Paint it black and put SWAT on it.
Exactly. So now you have this hit
Dang.
squad that can go anywhere, anytime. You have no idea where it is, when it's going to come, how
And it
they're
can
going to get to you.
And it can literally just be like a little bug on a tree
Yup.
nearby, and it
Yup.
can hear
Exactly.
everything.
And it can turn the people into bugs, kind of thing. That's like, again, that's I guess up in the air. It can affect living things, but if it makes dudes, now you have a bunch of guys that can spread out and like keep track of a lot of people now. Yeah,
A soldier, if you take a soldier with a gun, you shrink him down to the size of, let's just say, like an apple. Since like if we're applying science to this unscientific thing, and it
Granted, we are absolutely not scientists,
Right.
nor in scientific fields of study.
But this is just basic physics, because if you shrink him down, he maintains like all of his mass. That means that bullet, when he fires it at that size, will do significant more damage.
And you'll have no idea where it came from.
Because it's the same amount, it'd be a smaller penetration, but it's the same amount of mass in a smaller,
Right. It's a very dense little thing.
yes.
So as long as you can get it to exert.
Think of the penetration on that bullet.
Yeah.
Would be
It would go through a
crazy.
lot.
You'd start seeing posters of like, kind of muted out, drab colors, just the bus is watching
So
everywhere.
an apple-sized soldier is still small enough where like he could go unnoticed pretty easily.
Right.
If you gave him just like a machine gun and just like we're like go assassinate
You're like
this guy.
skyscraper ending.
Do you think if it was that small, like the bullet would be so much smaller, right? It would have really good penetration and everything, but it wouldn't have the surface area to exert all
You'd
that
need, like-
force.
That's
So it would almost be like
it'd be like a needle.
firing. Yeah, it'd be like
You'd
death
poison
by
the
a
bullets, then.
thousand.
You'd try to like get some
or you
kind
just
of poison
or like
some
the
shit.
penetration on it's crazy, so you just aim for the chest.
Yeah, you'd have to unload a lot of.
Well, I guess if you just aim for the
Precise
chest,
shots.
you wouldn't necessarily kill them outright, but putting a bunch of tiny holes into someone's heart
Right.
eventually is going
One-
to cause some severe
One tiny
issues.
hole in your heart will kill you.
Exactly. Like you're going
Yeah.
to die eventually.
So that's why I
from it,
said give
even
him a
if not
machine gun,
outright.
tell him to aim for the chest, and just fire 60 rounds into him, and they'll die.
And
Oh,
then they're gonna
yeah,
be confused as to
definitely.
why there's like 60 needle-sized holes going completely through his body. Like
And
I'm
then
gonna try
through
that
the
through.
next 3 people.
Exactly. No, yeah.
It'd be good
so
for wiping
geez.
out a room.
you need to control a country.
All right,
Get the
I
magic
think
school
I think
bus.
we've well established that the bus is just an insane weapon.
It is
Yeah.
terrifying. It doesn't have to be
Let's
directly
try to
weapon.
think of some more positive stuff.
I was thinking, I mean, that thing is insane. What about expanding space exploration?
Yeah, I think there's an episode where they go to space.
Right. So it's like you can go to space. You can do like it can turn into pretty much anything functionally. So it'll maintain the functional aspects of most
Is there a
things.
limit? Like, sorry, but like, couldn't you technically try to get it to turn into like a spaceship that has like faster than light capabilities?
When it goes to space, it becomes a shuttle.
Yeah.
We never see it become something that doesn't exist.
Okay, that was what I was trying to clarify.
That doesn't mean it can't, but I'd say by the rules of the show.
From what we know.
That's true. That's true. I was gonna say like it can transform itself into like insanely large or oversized things of that
Right.
already exist. Like I think
like a spider.
like a spider, and it'll be like just super oversized. But it's like,
But a spider's still something.
but
that
it's
exists.
right.
Even though it'd be a space shuttle, I mean, based on the show, you ever see the way he zips about those hills? That dude's going like 300 miles an hour. So he could probably
That's
go
fair.
much faster than the average space shuttle, too,
was
based on
gonna say,
that
this
logic.
thing-
May not be faster than light, but we may be able to go to like Mars in half the time or something than normal based on Elon's shuttles.
Isn't there something where like, and people can totally correct me on this if I'm wrong, isn't there something where like it's not possible to go faster than light because light is like relative?
I think so.
I think so.
I think light is like the hard limit.
Okay, I remember somebody telling me something about this, that like the speed of light is constant. It, like unlike, I could be totally
Again,
wrong on
I'm not a
this.
scientist.
So please write me and tell me how wrong I am. But I remember somebody telling me something one time. Somebody who's maybe not qualified, but I definitely trust to not be bullshitting me. But they were telling me that, you know how like if I'm going 40 miles an hour and a car is going 45, to me it looks like the car is going 5 miles an hour.
right.
So like that's like its relative speed to you is 5
Yep.
miles an hour. Light is not like that. That the speed of light is constant no matter what speed you're going.
So like we can get,
Which
we
is
could even
crazy
get
to wrap your head around, if
it's Right, yeah.
If that's true.
close,
Right, yeah.
but we can never just truly achieve the speed of light.
Did you see there was a video I watched like a few years ago where people like actually created like a apparatus where they could actually film
Yes, I've seen
light
that.
moving.
Yes,
Really.
I remember
Have
seeing
you seen that?
Yes,
Yes.
it's wild.
It's
Well, to
absolutely
be
insane.
to be actually like this, everything we're watching is just light moving, Tim.
Oh yeah, right. But it was like you could actually like see like a beam of light.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
Like
laser
a
or
short beam
something.
of light actually moving, but they had to do some crazy
I
things
think I do
to
remember
make it.
seeing
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
I think I've showed a lot of people that because it was really cool.
Yeah. This has become a science podcast.
I know this is getting.
I mean, it's hard when you're
Big
talking
brain.
about the magic school bus,
Right.
which is the
I can
essence
feel
of
wrinkles
childhood
etching themselves.
science.
Right.
So yeah, but space exploration's a definite possibility of the bus.
Yeah.
But would it help you with like space colonization?
Ah.
But I guess the biggest hurdle in space colonization is just getting there.
Yeah,
You know, I
honestly.
think they basically have everything figured out aside from, and I think Elon even has that figured out now.
I guess we
Is the
just
getting
need,
there.
Yeah, we just need to get there and not
Yeah.
have everybody
The only-
eat skeletons by the time we're there.
Yeah. The only problem with the bus is that it never gains any more seats,
Yeah.
so you can only take a fixed amount of people.
Oh, interesting. Didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's gonna suck. How long do you think it takes to get to Mars?
I don't know.
Isn't it like
Probably-
isn't the mission that was proposed like 2 years?
Yeah, I would say it's
Something.
multi-year.
I don't know if it's 2 years to get there, but maybe I don't
like a
know.
round trip?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, no
No idea.
research on this show.
Because it took
The rover.
what,
I guess we could literally
like
know that. but-
13 days or something like that to get to the moon or something like that. Or I can't
Oh.
remember exactly.
So
how
it
long.
is pretty freaking far away, no matter what way you look at it. Like,
Yeah. All right, back to the bus.
Underwater travel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you think we're talking about space here, like there's so much ocean we haven't seen.
Exactly. I don't
That's
think the bus gives a
true.
crap about the pressure.
But the bus gets broken at one point. I remember
does it?
that. I think I remember it getting broken. It had to be fixed, and Miss Frizzle has to fix it. I think it gets broken pretty often, actually.
Oh yeah, I think it's pretty. Yeah, that's like
think it's
most of their
finicky.
situations come from it breaking down at like a really inopportune time.
So
and then
now,
you
if
get
we
out of-
put that against space and underwater travel, that's a little dangerous.
That is true. That is true.
you could just doom the bus. He would look at you with sad eyes. You have to leave it behind in the ocean. He's like, "I'm sorry, bus."
So it probably wouldn't be. Although, let's talk about science again, because it's something becomes more dense as you shrink it. If you shrunk it down, it could presumably go farther because
That's
it's denser.
true. That's true.
Right?
Also, but then like
Ooh. How about using it for like going beneath the ocean yet, exploring beyond the Earth's crust? Because we actually don't know, like fully know. Like we have a good idea, but we don't know what's beyond the Earth's
do they
crust.
ever look at like lava and stuff? Because if they could, then they could technically go pretty much to the Earth's core, because I think that's the only reason we can't really go down is because it's just freaking hot.
I know what's down there because I saw Land of the Lost. That's where all the dinosaurs went.
That is, they
That's-
it got too hot out
And what are the lizard people in Land of the Lost called? The Slee Stack. It's also
here. The slee stack. I forgot about those green boys. They got the bug eyes, right? The
Yep.
black ones.
Yep.
Yep. Creepy looking.
So yeah,
bus.
that's what's at the center of the earth,
All right,
according
fair
to
enough.
Land of the Lost, an authoritative source.
So I guess, well, also there's better uses for the bus, right? But I guess we should cover, how do we get the bus? How do we all of a sudden just find ourselves with Miss Frizzle's beloved bus?
We kill her.
How she has
We just walk up
The
to
bus.
her, just say, "Oh, yo, Miss Frizzle," and
She doesn't
looks
seem
at us.
particularly violent.
it's true.
Just give her,
It's
like,
true.
bake her a poison cake and be like, "Hey, here you go, Miss
Does she
Frizzle."
take the bus home with her?
Or does she
Or does she leave it at school?
Does she have a
Does
home?
she have a home?
Or is
Or
the
is it
bus
the
the
bus?
home?
Does the bus turn into a home?
It could.
I mean, he could, yeah. I mean, from what we know, it can turn into things that exist, or is it only vehicles?
No, it turns into a spider.
But it's like a spider,
And,
like
Spider
walker
bus.
thing.
but then it
like
turns into
vehicle.
like megaphones and other things.
Oh
so
yeah.
it turns into other things.
Okay.
I mean, I think it is definitely mostly used for its transportative properties.
As
Yes.
buses often are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
that's
think
fair.
so. So I think it's mostly comfortable.
Doesn't it have like a
Transportation.
scanner too that can like analyze stuff? Doesn't it like
Probably.
scan like bunch of blood cells and stuff, so you could
Probably.
analyze like unknown substances, go in and
Ooh.
look at different germs or something. I mean, the amount of things. Like,
Yeah, the scientific possibilities with it are crazy high.
and then, like, I
too.
guess that's the weirdest part is the show goes like that right direction with the education side of it, but like they're like, yeah, we just want to teach kids about stuff that we know. It's like, but you could discover so much more with this. Like, what? It kind of goes against the almost one of the basic sense of like, I guess, things that makes us human, our curiosity to learn things. You'd think
Right.
with this thing that can shrink and expand and go all sorts of places we couldn't before, we're like, let's go find some shit, boys.
Right.
The implication of the show is that Miss Frizzle has done this before, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Because-
seems very comfortable and knows what she's
And
doing.
every time she goes somewhere, it's like she's teaching about that stuff, and she has more knowledge about those things than like the average high school or elementary school teacher would have. you know?
Right.
Whoa, hold up. I think the best ultimate use of the bus is finding out how to make more. That's
can
what we
you?
do.
Make-
We don't know. Miss
But-
Frizzle surely wouldn't let us try to
Well,
take
it's
them apart and
alive.
Look.
You know, it's alive.
Well, how did it get that life? I guess we need to find that out. Did Miss Frizzle just
What are
buy a
the-
bus and
The
create
need
birds
to-
it?
we
and
need
the
to
buses.
create the magic
Packs
school
of
bus
wild magic
origin.
buses out there? Like, because if you could like strip it down and
Feral
find out
buses.
what makes it alive and make more of them, then you have a bunch of buses that can now do
It's
all this
getting a little
crazy stuff.
creepy.
But it
now,
is
though.
also the name of the dang thing is the magic school bus.
So the bus is magic. It came about magic.
So yeah, I guess Miss Frizzle's got to be a witch. She must have found some
She's
just
gotta
rickety
be.
bus that was like, oh, that kind
And
of
now
looks
that you
like
say
it's
that,
got a
that also
smell.
defeats all of our scientific theories as well, because you know, like
Oh,
the point
yeah.
of magic is that it defies science.
It's true.
Yeah, so all of that is completely worthless now.
Yeah, so trash anything we said about the
Bullets
matter
and
cannot be
stuff.
created or destroyed. All that, the density stuff, throw all that away because
The bus possessor's got
I mean,
powers.
it could still do all of that, presumably,
then it wouldn't be magic; it'd be science.
but it would be like on its own terms.
Does it mean the bus can like pull a rabbit out of its ass or something and be like, ta-da!
You can pull a rabbit out of its tailpipe.
yeah, of its muffler.
Yeah, probably.
So does that mean the well, I guess yeah, it is established that it has like actual bus parts because Miss Frizzle has to repair
Yeah,
it
and she
stuff.
repairs it with like wrenches and stuff. I remember her getting in like a mechanic like jumper.
Yeah, she's covered in like
Fix it.
oil and grease, you know, getting her hands dirty.
Ew. Now that I'm thinking about the oil and grease in a living bus.
Blood and guts. And
All right, that's a good
stuff
spot to
right.
wrap that. Before
All
we
right,
get
let's
into
stop
that.
talking about magic bus anatomy.
Yeah.
living buses.
All right, well, only about half of that was what we would actually do at the bus, but hopefully there was some good stuff in there of you know, like why is the bus and all of that.
How is the bus?
How
How
is
is
the
the
bus?
the deeper
Yeah.
meaning of the bus?
Why is bus? Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Jacob, thank you for being on a fourth
Well,
time.
thank you for having me.
Your record against Hayden now is +4.
That's good.
To
That's
his
good.
0.
Hayden will never ever catch up to me, and I'll make sure that's
Never.
remains true.
Not at this rate, especially.
No.
I wonder if he's listening. Hey, Hayden, if you
Seen
are.
this on the air.
Yeah.
Hayden, you are inferior to me. It will always be inferior to me.
Wow, fighting words. And what was I going to say? Oh, please, if you would like send us morals, because I would love to read more of those. Send us the moral of the episode. Tell us what the moral of this episode or any episodes were, including any of the previous ones. Go ahead and send that into our email, which is located in the description. Also, feel free to send us ideas you'd have for topics or really any comments at all.
Right.
We got a pretty nice one not that long ago. What else do I need to say? Oh, share with a friend. The call is still out there to share with.
As always,
at
we're
least
trying
one other
to
person.
at
Never
least
stops.
double,
Yes.
ideally.
Yes. According to official math man of the podcast, Mitch, if everyone shared with just one person, our numbers would double. And
Right.
you can feel free to check his math on that.
Exactly.
Math just adds up. The math man says so.
Yep. So we will see you next time. Hopefully someone will send us a moral. Do it. You can even send in more than one.
Give
send
us a
in
reason
10.
to clown on you.
Give us a reason to make fun of you. Send us hate mail too. That'd be fun. Anything. Send us whatever you want.
Send us something.
We
Anything.
want to hear words.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
want to be loved.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Bye.